with a mini ball. I got this all on Amazon. It comes with like a Pilates ball. There's many different options. Hopefully you can grab one and join me. If you don't have one of these, you can also try to use a kid's play ball. But I recommend one of these for sure. All right, so we're gonna come down onto our back. We're gonna start with a bridge with the ball between our knees. So we're gonna work a little inner thighs today with the glutes as well. So first off, we're gonna start squeezing the ball, tuck tailbone, bridge the hips up, squeeze the glutes to the top, and then control the way back down. So I'm exhaling as I bridge, squeezing the ball on the way up, making sure I'm not overarching in my ribs or in my low back. And we're just gently warming up the glutes. So I'm making sure I squeeze and then relax on the way back down. So I exhale as we come up, inhale as we come down, lifting and lifting from where the glutes meet the hamstrings. Let's go 2 more. On the last one, we're gonna hold it up. Good, relax down, exhale as we come up. Hold this one, and now we're gonna squeeze the ball. Inner thighs here, squeeze and release. Good, little pulses, keeping those hips up, keep squeezing the glutes. Good, breathe. 3, 2, 1, good, rest it back down. All right, we're gonna do a single leg bridge with a little bit of a crunch. So I'm gonna put the ball behind one knee. So if we all do the right leg, we're gonna start with the ball behind the right knee. I'm gonna take my left hand behind my head. So we're gonna start with a bridge, okay? So if you need to, you can actually put your hand on the floor for the bridge portion, and then we'll come up with our hand behind the head. So I'm gonna take my left leg up in the air, bridge the hips up, bring the hips back down, hand behind the head, crunch. Back down, bridge up with that right leg, squeeze the ball, left elbow to right knee crunch. Good. So exhale as I bridge up, squeeze that ball, come across the knee to elbow. Good. Squeeze the ball to feel the hamstrings. So you're gonna feel the glutes as we bridge. Exhale across, add a little bit of core. Good, nice work. Same thing, we're making sure we're not arching through our back as we bridge. Breathe, good. We got 2 more on this side. Nice and controlled. Exhaling out through the mouth. Squeeze, last one. Exhale across and back down. Good, all right, let's switch it over to the left side. So we gotta squeeze that calf into the hamstring with the ball. Right leg comes up in the air, we're gonna bridge. Exhale down, right arm, left knee. Good, bridge up, come across. Exhaling out through that mouth as we come across. Heel stays on the ground here as we bridge. Good. Squeeze that ball. Come across, nice. Working a little bit of core here with the glutes. Good, few more. Making sure you're feeling where the hamstring meets the glute and not our low back. We got 2 more. Good, nice work, last one. Nice, relax. All right, we are going to come on our hands and knees now. We're gonna put the ball behind our leg again. So we start on the left side. We can have that ball underneath the left knee. I gotta really squeeze the ball here. Okay, make sure it's not going anywhere. Come up on your toes, shift your weight forward. We're gonna do a donkey kick and then a fire hydrant. So I'm gonna kick my leg out to the side and then straight up towards the ceiling. So as we do that, we wanna make sure we're not shifting into the hips and I'm not arching my back as I lift my heel towards the ceiling. So nice and controlled, pelvis stays neutral, spine is pretty flat. Squeeze the glute as you extend and lift. Good, couple more. Stabilizing on that opposite knee. Breathing. A little bit of core engagement. 2 more. Last one. Good, rest. All right, let's switch it up. So squeeze that ball behind your knee. Calf and hamstring. Shift your weight forward, core is engaged, and out to the side, and straight up. Good, so really making sure that you're not letting that pelvis tilt forward, especially as we lift the heel up toward the ceiling. Low back stays pretty flat here. Squeeze that glute. Good, using your breath. We got 2 more. Last one. Good, nice job. Press it down. All right, we're gonna take it up to stand. Now we're gonna put the ball between our knees, all right? So we're gonna work those inner thighs a little bit more here. I'm squeezing the ball between my knees, right above my knee, and I'm gonna be in a kickstand position. So that means I have one foot in front of the other. The back leg is just for support. This is my working, stabilizing leg. So we're gonna hinge and then stand. Okay, so I'm pushing back into the hip, stretching out the glute, and then gently squeezing as we come up to stand. So I'm squeezing the ball and squeezing my glute. Good, so whole foot is on the floor. Squeeze the inner thighs with that ball. It's all about the pushing back into the hip and then driving forward. So I only go until I can't feel a stretch in my glute and hamstring anymore. 2 more. Squeeze as we stand, last one. Good, rest. All right, other side, same thing. Stabilizing leg, back one is for support, but I'm squeezing the ball. Inhale as you sit back, exhale forward. So we have to be able to lengthen through our glutes in order to be able to strengthen our glutes, right? I need to be able to sit into the hip and then come forward and squeeze. Exhale, a little bit of core at the top. A couple more, keep squeezing that ball. Good, one more. Good, guys, nice job. All right, we're gonna go through those all again, all right? So let's take it down. We're gonna go to that bridge with the ball squeeze. Okay, so maybe a little bit of a faster pace here. Whatever feels good for you. So palms are face down. Feet are right underneath your knees. I'm gonna squeeze the ball, do a little bit of a tuck as I bridge up, and then come back down. Good, really making sure we're not arching through the back, and I'm just gently tucking and squeezing the glutes as I lift up. Exhale at the top. Give the glutes and the inner thighs a nice little squeeze at the top. Control the way back down. Good, whatever pace feels good for you. We get a couple more. Good, we need 2 more, and we're gonna hold it at the top again for a couple pulses. Good, hold it up, pulse, little pulses. Good, keep squeezing that ball, hips stay up. Feel the inner thighs, feel those hamstrings and glutes. You're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, take it down, nice work. All right, we're going into that single leg bridge with the cross crunch. So let's start with the ball behind the right knee, and we're gonna bridge up with the right leg, and then crunch with the left arm. All right, girls, here we go. Lift, and then we're down and across. Good. Try to get that elbow to your knee as we come across. Other leg comes in the air, just like a bike crunch. We're thinking about flattening out through those low abs as we come across. Good, really gonna squeeze that ball. Feel the hamstrings here. Good, up and across. We got 2 more, nice and controlled. Good, last one. Good, nice work. All right, all the way down. Switch it up, left side here. All right, so we're lifting up with the left leg. Bridge up, and then come across with that right arm, left knee. Exhale as you come across. Good, reach that knee to elbow. Making sure you're not driving through your back as we do this bridge. Nice work, nice and controlled. Good, we got 2 more. Drive those hips up. Good, last one. Good, strong work. All right, take it down, let's go hands and knees. Let's start with the ball behind our right knee this time for the donkey kick and the fire hydrant. So I'm squeezing that ball again, feeling the hamstrings. All right, shift your weight forward so your hands are right underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. Little tuck of that spine, core engaged, out, and then straight up with the foot. Good, exhale. Keep that neck nice and long. Try not to shift in your hips, especially on that stabilizing leg. Making sure we're not arching the back. Gently squeeze the glutes. Good, nice and controlled. Keep that weight shifted forward. Good, we got 3 more. 2, and 1. Good, nice. All right, switch it up. Other side. Squeeze that ball between your knee, or right under your knee. Shift your weight forward, and here we go. Out to the side, and then straight up. Want to keep a flexed foot. Make sure that you don't let that pelvis tip forward. You gotta work that core a little bit in this position. Good, not shifting into the hips the best you can. Range of motion is okay here. If you can only go a little bit high, then that's totally fine. We're trying to keep our posture correct so that we're not arching through our back and just feeling it there. So little range of motions are fine. We got 3 more. 2. Good, last one. Nice work. All right, let's take it up for that standing deadlift. Okay, so like I said, we have to be able to stretch out through the glutes in order to engage them, all right? So right leg forward, squeezing that ball, pushing back into the hips, and then exhale, stand. You can reach your arms down by your side, but as you hinge into those hips and stand. Good, making sure you're feeling your whole foot on the floor on that stabilizing leg. Gently squeeze the ball, get tall at the top. Good, so we're getting tall without arching back, right? I'm just pushing those hips forward, ribs stay stacked over your pelvis at the top. Good, 2 more. Last one. Good, squeeze, nice. All right, other side. So keep that ball between your knees, start nice and tall, and then we're hinging at the hips, and then squeeze, stand. Good. Big stretch of the glutes, making sure we're not hinging at the back and just pushing into that hip. Nice, couple more. Give me 2. Last one. Good, and rest. All right, that's a quick little circuit to hopefully get your glutes starting to feel good again in the postpartum period. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.